Bulletcast for life.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Bulletcast, the only sports recreational podcast that is simply just too sweet. I'm your host, the modern-day Mamba Raja. I'm joined in studio by Mitchell, the California Kid, the Enforcer, Brandon. He's the Nash to my Hall, and I think I'll go... what haven't we done yet?
You're the Desperado to my Minoru Suzuki.
It's Japan. I'll accept it this time. All right, guys, let's get into the outside the ring. So, Renee Young, she's working RAW and Smackdown.
Gosh, she's reunited with Dean Ambrose.
That's
so
nice.
beautiful.
Reunited and it fit. No, but
That's
yeah,
nice.
They did a promo together this week.
They did. Nice little backstage segment. Shawn Michaels has been touring with NXT, so is he officially coaching down there now?
Hopefully,
he moved down to Florida.
only good things can come from that.
Only good things can come from that. All right, Ric Flair 30 for 30. It's coming.
Finally.
Are you guys excited?
I've been
Yeah.
hearing about this for like 2 years,
Yes.
and it's finally coming. It
It's
looked a
fun.
little dark from the trailer that they had.
It did look a little. November 7th is when that's coming out. I'm excited. Bo Dallas was on Talk as Jericho, and this guy's really intelligent. He's into conspiracy theories.
Oh yeah.
And he had some good theories about the Kennedy assassination and 9/11. It really opened me up to Bo Dallas. I'm glad he's getting some TV time though.
Jet
Do you-
fuel can't
do you,
melt metal.
Do you believe?
I've always believed.
Good.
I mean, look at his NXT run.
Yeah. Right.
was
Amazing
really good.
champion.
All right. So Seth Rollins misses being a heel.
You can't blame him for missing when he was over.
I know.
Yeah.
He misses like the thing about his character. If he messed up on the mic, he'd be like, "Shut up, shut up."
Yeah.
I mean,
miss
it's a lot
that also.
easier being a heel than it is being a babyface.
really
You can mess up, and,
But
it,
I will
and
say,
it works out.
I think he's been doing real good lately. I think we've seen a nice turn past couple weeks. He's been real.
They've been really telling a good story.
Really
It's been
easy to
very
get behind him.
consistent. All right. Ricochet NXT bound. He put out a tweet and said I think he wished Hunter a happy birthday, and he was like, "I'll see you soon."
We'll see. I don't
just
want him
sitting
to,
here waiting for Adam Cole.
Yeah. The problem is I don't think they need new wrestlers right now. They got too many good people that too many people they're underutilizing. I don't want them
Yes.
to bring in Ricochet. Let King Ricochet keep doing what he's doing. Did you see his match? Was it last week? WCPW against really big dude, real big guy. Is
Keith
the
Lee?
US? I think yeah in the US
I'm very
finals.
high on Keith Lee. He was actually in one of the match picks of the week a month or so
It
back.
was a stellar match. The two of them.
I'm very high on that guy.
They brought the house down.
All right, Stone Cold owns gold. So I was listening to his podcast, and he said that he actually owns the Intercontinental title that he beat Owen for the night he broke his neck, and he also owns the WWE Winged Eagle, which is my favorite championship that he beat Michaels for at Mania 14. He told Vince, "Hey, you gotta have another one made. I'm keeping this one."
Sound the classic Stone Cold.
Keeps it in his safe at the ranch. It's nice. All right, Cena's been advertised for some Raw events. He's advertised for the next Raw exclusive pay-per-view. He's also advertised for a house show going up against Samoa Joe.
Well, he's a free agent, remember?
So the free agent thing's coming into town. Huh?
Better
He's
than-
gonna be with Bumblebee.
Better
He's
than
big
him,
time now.
Oh, yeah.
Better than him fighting Baron Corbin for a couple weeks, so I'm okay with that.
All right, so Brandon, why don't you tell us what's going on with Lesnar in the UFC?
Oh, am I the resident UFC guy apparently?
Hey,
I
I don't
didn't
watch
know.
it.
make it happen.
Okay, so, John Jones was doing interviews promoting his match with DC, Daniel Cormier, and they asked him about Brock Lesnar. He was open to it because he wants to make that money. And then he beat Daniel Cormier in the third round like I called right before the match started. And then he called out Brock Lesnar, said, if you want to know what it feels like to get your ass beat by someone 40 pounds less than you, come see him in the octagon.
Wow.
Brock Lesnar said he'd fight him, but he still has the suspension from his steroids. He has to, because technically since he retired, he's not a part of the USADA testing, so he has to get back into that, and then he has to, do the 5 or 6 months. So we're probably not going to see the match until early 2018, but I would like to see it. I don't know who would win, just because Brock Lesnar is so much bigger than John Jones, but John Jones in his prime, I'd go with John Jones.
Really?
Boom.
All right, guys, if you could travel back in history to any wrestling event, what would it be? Any wrestling moment in history, what would it be?
Hands down, in the stadium, reuniting Macho Man and Miss Elizabeth.
Oh,
That's the
man.
moment. That's the moment. I'd bawl my eyes out. That's what wrestling's all about.
Brandon, what about you?
I would probably go with I'll go with a WWF Attitude Era house show, not a Raw or a SmackDown or whatever, just a house show, and just feel the adrenaline of Stone Cold coming out, whooping ass. And usually on those house shows they are a little laid back, they have a lot more fun. You can see something special. Maybe they tear the house down, so maybe like a Madison Square Garden house show. Boom, really? There you go.
For me, I mean, there are so many great moments. I mean, I think I might do the curtain call.
Yeah.
I mean, just being in the arena for that when they ruined the business,
Right.
as guys, the old timers like to say. I mean, just seeing that moment and then what transpired after. Hall and Nash going to WC Shawn's not getting any of the flack because he was the top guy. Then Hunter gets
Buried.
Hey,
Squash.
Somebody
buried.
has to get the heat
I
for
see
that.
where he gets the shovel.
Yeah. Had to pick it up at some point.
Yeah.
They just threw the shovel in the ground and never let it go.
So guys, we've been doing this top 10 matches thing. Let's 4 through 2. Who wants to go
We're
first?
almost there. I'll start us off.
All right.
Why not? We are almost there. Long haul. So number 4. It's been on your list already. It's gonna be on people's lists. We're gonna go Omega Okada. It has to be the first one. We're going the first one on this one.
Okay.
I think the second one's great. I actually enjoy the story of the second one a little bit more, but the first one, it's a little bit shorter. It's just pure adrenaline, pure action, some of the hardest hitting stuff. I have friends that are not into wrestling that happen to sit down and watch it with me, and I thought, oh, this is not a good place to start people off. There's a 45-minute match between two Japanese people that they don't know, not Japanese, but two, like, not even WWE. Everyone I've ever shown it to adores it, loves it. People who not even into wrestling just think it's the coolest thing ever. Walks that line between realism and wrestling perfectly. Last 20 minutes, I still don't know who's going to win every time I watch those last 20 minutes. It's a classic. It's a 6-star classic. Let's go number 3. Number 3 is, and we're gonna stick with the theme of the classics. We're going Undertaker, HBK, WrestleMania 25.
Okay.
Again, it's gonna be on most people's lists. A lot of people say it's the greatest WrestleMania match of all time.
We haven't seen it on his list yet.
Yeah, we haven't seen it on his list yet.
You'll see it.
It's spectacular. Blows me away every time. Undertaker's face when Shawn Michaels kicks out.
I was just watching 26 earlier, and that oh my god, the
Freaking
story.
the cameraman who can't save Undertaker to save his life.
Oh, Snuka's son, yeah.
That was
that was
my
actually
gosh.
He almost killed him.
Domino.
Yeah.
Get it? He
Oh.
almost killed him.
He almost killed the dead man.
Oh god.
I see what you did there, Vince.
Mhm.
Haha.
And then I'm gonna have to make sure I get the title for this one right, so I'm gonna pull this up. Number 2 almost was my number 1, but just to show that not all my stuff are just old classics, because most of my list has been old classics. Number 2, Adrian Neville versus Sami Zayn, NXT Takeover, Our Evolution for the title.
Oh, it was 2014 when KO debuted against
Yes, it was.
Juice Robinson.
Yeah, Vince.
CJ
yeah.
Parker.
CJ Parker. But this match is everything I love about wrestling.
Oh,
The
the
story
storytelling
is
was unbelievable.
perfect. You need, like, literally when I've shown my friends it and, like, the promo started beforehand, they're showing, like, the recap of the video. My friend's like, oh, I'm going to go grab a beer and we'll sit down. I'm like, no. This match, you literally cannot watch this match unless you've seen the video beforehand, because the story leading up to this match is so good. Adrian being Sammy's friend, but still screwing him over and over again, breaking the rules, and still pretty like, oh, Sammy's a good friend. He's not the kind of guy who can ever get it done in the big one. And it's like, oh, and getting to see Sammy have that match where they take each other to their limits, and Sammy has that moment where he's holding the title, and he's like, I could hit him with it. The ref won't even know. And then he doesn't, and you think, oh, he made the mistake. He's the good guy. He's gonna lose. Pulls out the win anyway, and it's the crowning moment. Everyone comes out.
I mean, I've always said, like, Tommy Dreamer was the heart and soul of ECW. Sami Zayn and Bayley, I'll throw her in there. They were the heart and soul of NXT.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
Neville's selling in that match was amazing, too. The DDT, and he lands on his feet, then goes down, does kind of like the flare bump.
There are days when I forget that Neville may be one of my favorite current wrestlers on the roster.
Oh
He's
my
just
God.
incredible.
Nobody's on the Neville level.
Nobody. Not a soul. And then you get this great crowning moment with literally the entire roster coming out, hanging out, it's champion. Because I mean, if he had lost, he was gonna leave wrestling. So it was like a big deal. Everyone's coming out showing that
Generic, or came back from where's he at?
they're all friends with
Tijuana.
they're helping out all those children.
Oh,
They're all friends with Sammy. Everyone loves Sammy. Happy to see him out. You see his best friend Kevin Owens, KO, come out to congratulate him. Everyone's happy.
They're walking up the ramp, and then just the turn.
Just the turn, and they already hit the trademark in the corner. People freaked out when when Gargano and Ciampa had their turn, and it was post
Nobody remembers that.
the trademark. The trademark was already in the corner when Sammy and KO were heading up the ring, and then he spun around and Murdered him.
All right, Brandon, let's go with you, guy.
Okay, so at number 4, we have Undertaker versus Triple H at WrestleMania 28. So the Hell in a Cell match
Oh, it's so good.
with Shawn Michaels as the special guest referee. The single greatest kick out of all time.
Let me tell
Super
you.
kick into pedigree. I popped huge for that.
When that happened, I was a teenager. I jumped off my seat. I was like, oh my god, he kicked out. My heart stopped. I was like,
I couldn't believe it. I mean, it's ridiculous, but it's amazing. I'm so happy.
somebody would have had to resuscitate me. That's how bad it was.
Yeah.
That was awesome. What's next?
So then, number 3, we have CM Punk versus John Cena at Money in the Bank. Crowd going crazy in Chicago. I know it's only number 3.
That's such a good one.
And, just going over, it's just a great match. Because
They told a great
as I've
story.
said, I put heavy emphasis on the first time I watched this. I didn't actually watch this live, but I remember being there, watching everything go on, and it was just amazing. With all the crowd.
Incredible crowd.
Craziest crowd possibly ever.
It was a good match.
Chicago's
This crowd
like
made it an
probably the best
amazing
wrestling
match.
crowd. And then, of course, that was an introduction to Laurinaitis in the corporate role. Vince's face when Punk kissed him goodbye with the championship. Punk
Him
actually,
running out the doors.
He put it in his refrigerator. That was funny.
And so
Oh,
then
man.
number 2, I'm not done yet.
2.
We watched this on one of our special YouTube videos, and it's Daniel Bryan versus John Cena
Yes.
at SummerSlam.
That is a hell of a match.
13.
What happened after that match?
Well, we're not gonna talk about that. I just watched that match, and then after, Daniel Bryan gets his hand raised by Triple H, confetti flows, stop the network, and I just finished it like that.
WWE retired,
And
wrestling ended.
It
That was how it ended.
never. I don't know what happened after that, but I still have that SummerSlam on the DVR, even though I have the network. I still watch it every now and then. Probably have to go back and watch it since it is SummerSlam. But I do love that match. That's the height of Daniel Bryan for me. I know that Daniel Bryan, winning at WrestleMania 30 is technically the height, and they want to talk about all that. But just the Undertaker losing at WrestleMania kind of hurts that match.
Yeah.
I couldn't get involved in it like I could with the Daniel Bryan Cena match.
For me, yes, a New Japan match is on here.
Uh-oh.
Oh my lord!
What, Cody Rhodes?
I don't believe it.
No, I'm going the phenomenal AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Wrestle Kingdom, what was that, 10? On the birthday of the
It's
modern
not
day
even
Mamba
the best
Raja.
Nakamura or AJ Styles match.
I mean, that's the only time they've ever.
I know, but both of them have had bitter matches.
I know, but this one,
There's something special about it.
there is something special about
This was the first match I saw of both of them, actually, because when they were both coming to the WWE, I'd never heard of them, and I looked them, I'm like, oh,
Really?
and I watched the match.
it. Really?
I'd never been into New Japan until... Well, actually, this was probably the match that got me into New Japan.
I mean, I've heard of Nakamura since like 2014. I've been an AJ Styles fan for like 10 years. This one, I mean, they told it.
Shout out AJ Styles.
Shout out to the
Phenomenal
guy.
one.
I mean, they told a great story in this one. AJ selling with the Kinshasa or the
Bomaye.
Bomaye.
That's the real name of it.
It was just it told a great story. I loved every minute of it. Number 3.
You're looking right at it. How hard is it? Come on.
I'm going SummerSlam. Cena Styles, 2016. I mean, that was a really good one. The fact that
It is my favorite.
Styles beat Cena clean, that really cemented like this guy's here to stay. He's going to the next level.
Mhm.
Of course, Cena leaving the armband and then AJ's whole thing with it. I'm the champ that runs the camp, the face that runs the place. It was a great thing. And then number 2, you just said it. I'm going Punk Cena, Money in the Bank. I mean that for me, Phil Brooks.
Mhm.
He when he won the title was just it was a great surreal moment. They had like how long was that match like?
It's a long
half hour.
match.
Half hour, yeah. It was a classic. I really enjoyed it. A couple botched GTSs, but kind of added to the story a little bit. Vince's face, like I just said, when Punk kisses him goodbye, it told a great story. And then of course the stuff that led up to it, all that. Next week, number 1.
We'll find out. Everybody's got their number 1.
Everybody does.
You should already know what my number 1 is because I spoiled it. Or I didn't spoil it, but I talked about it. It was on my list, and I haven't said it yet.
It's very interesting. I wonder if all of our number 1s have already come up in other people's lists.
Yeah, mine has. Yes.
And so is mine.
I haven't heard
Your number 1?
25 match yet from you.
I mean, number 1, it could be Sasha Bailey takeover. You never know.
Now, at some point
Number
down
1
the line,
could be Hornswoggle El Torito. You don't know.
well, that's my number 1 through 10.
We'll see.
Someday down the line, we'll have to do one more of those fun special YouTube watching a match videos. We should do Cena and Punk at some point because I need to I don't think I have an appreciation for that match that most people do, because to me it's a little long. I get a little bored.
Let's do the last match they had. It was on a Raw in 2013.
Let's do it.
Where the pile driver happens.
We're putting over the Money in the Bank match so much. We got to watch the Money in the Bank match.
We do have to watch Money in the Bank match. You're right. All right, guys. Speaking of John Cena, speaking of shovels, let's talk about this concept of
please talk about this.
John Cena burying people.
This is after he just put over Shinsuke Nakamura.
I mean, yeah,
he's put over AJ Styles.
John Cena is a man
CM Punk
who has buried some people hardcore, but I think in the last several years, his stardom is at a point now where he realizes he doesn't need to win anymore. For example, it doesn't even matter if I think he understands the value of his moveset and what he represents. A good example is the U.S. Open Challenge, where he beat everybody that came to the U.S. Open Challenge.
But he made them better.
all. I just rewatched him fighting Xavier Woods just a couple days ago because I was watching some up, down, down stuff, and I was like, I forgot that Austin Creed got to wrestle Cena. Let's go watch this. So I went to watch it. He makes Xavier look like $1 million.
Oh my God, he really does.
And Xavier doesn't even have Xavier tap out, so Xavier looks strong.
I mean, for me, like AJ Styles said this on the Edge and Christian podcast. Once your program is over with Cena, if you don't carry that momentum on, then you're kind of burying yourself. If you're not able to keep that momentum rolling. I mean, KO was able to do it. Look at what he's done since his program's ended with Cena, along with Styles and Punk, all those guys. So that's my take on it. I mean, John, he's a classic professional. After what he did on SmackDown, we're gonna see. But I don't think Cena buries anybody.
I will say, okay, I don't think he buries people now. I will bring up SummerSlam against the Nexus.
Oh.
I feel that's the last time he's ever buried.
And I think
because he actually changed the finish to that match, sort of.
Yeah, he changed it and made it worse. He made it even more of a burial.
Everyone says John Cena buries everybody.
I
don't really
all of those
understand
now?
what that even means.
Yeah.
When's the last time he's buried somebody? It's not him. It's just Vince putting Cena over.
Yeah.
It's not him burying anybody.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about some New Japan here, guys. Jim Ross's New Japan commentary controversy.
Yeah.
It's kind of old.
I know, but people have been saying he's been getting stuff wrong. He mixed up the Briscoe brothers and stuff like that.
I mean, he did apologize directly to the Briscoe brothers about it.
The brothers, they were like, "Dude, you're the greatest commentator of all time. I don't care."
Yeah, and he apparently he asked somebody off to the side hey, which brother is which, and the guy told him, oh, the one with no teeth, and he's like, great, well, they're not gonna smile at me, so I don't know.
Yeah.
So he just. Yeah, it happens.
His commentary has been kind of off course. His wife died, and 9 days after his wife died, he's calling Taker Roman.
Which is,
But I mean, cut the guy some slack. He's getting back to where he used to be. It'll take some time, the grief process or whatever.
Yeah.
But JR.
But when those big matches happened, he turned it on and he was Jim Ross. He was great for those the final match with Kenny Omega and Ishii and the IWGP title match.
God, if you saw that guy in the background, I apologize for that. That very disrespectful.
Okay.
But yeah, Jim Ross, great commentator. Let's go into the what women's wrestler would you want to meet for this 20-week challenge thing that Rebel's done with?
I'm not going first. I need a second to think.
Okay, so
you go for it.
I would go with
Sensational Sherry?
No, I'm going with Trish Stratus.
Okay.
I should have met Trish Stratus when we went to WrestleCon WrestleMania 31 because I had to deal with Trish and Lita meet him at the same time.
Oh, the besties.
But unfortunately, Trish Stratus' dad died.
Oh,
that week or whatever, so she wasn't there. So I was able to meet Lita. Wasn't able to meet Trish. I would love to meet Trish one day. I was able to meet Melina that day too. That was good stuff. Shout out to Melina.
Shout out to Melina. For me, I mean, I would love to meet Alexa Bliss because but I think I might go Stephanie McMahon. Just
I can definitely see why.
She has an interesting mind for the business and her pro. I mean, she
has an interesting mind for the business.
I mean, she was booking some SmackDowns back in the day when Cena was on the rise. From
when she get into fights with Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Or flirt with Eric Bischoff.
Make Cena spank her ass. Yeah.
I still love Steph.
I still love Steph, yeah.
And there's nobody that I enjoy being seen put through a table more. Which means you're doing your job.
Exactly.
Let Steph run the business, let Triple H run the product.
All right.
And
you.
For mine, real quick, just right now, in this era, probably Candice LeRae. Candice LeRae. I would love to meet Candice.
Did we meet her at the thing?
No. I've touched her hand.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I would just love to talk to her about some of the matches that she's had.
Oh, the super kick
stuff like that is just amazing. Thing. Was that her idea? I would love to pick her brain about stuff like that. And also,
I feel like it might have been hers.
She's coming to the to not NXT,
The woman
but yeah, she's in the Mae Young Classic.
Oh,
Well, hopefully
yes.
she'll be sticking around. Maybe if I meet her, I get to meet her husband. That'd be nice. He's
Johnny Gargano.
he's a dope dude.
Johnny Wrestling, yes.
Yeah, Johnny Wrestling. It'd be fun. They seem like good people, and she seems like a really nice,
Yeah.
really nice girl.
Getting back to Vince McMahon, let's talk about Vince being out of touch. People,
This is old too.
This is eternal.
it's gonna be internal. What are your thoughts on this?
I don't think he's out of touch. I think he's just insane. I think he's
I think he's stubborn.
I think he's a stubborn genius who is also just actually insane. Because when he gets it right, he gets it perfectly. When he gets it wrong, he gets it so wrong that because to be out of touch, he had to be in touch with somebody, and I think he's only in touch with himself.
I mean,
Roman Reigns. Enough said.
I look at it like this, and Freddie Prinze Jr. He described this perfectly. The WWE is Vince's toy box, and every Monday and Tuesday, and occasionally every other Sunday, whatever pay-per-view's on, Vince invites us over so we can watch him play with his toys, and he's had his favorite toy for the past 15 years, John Cena, but then he's had this other toy for a few years now that he really likes more, Roman Reigns,
The big dog.
and he sees the kind of shift and change that's going on. Now, I don't think Vince McMahon is out of touch. If he was out of touch, Eric Bischoff would have won the Monday Night War. And Paul
That was
Heyman's
20 years ago.
Paul Heyman's ECW would have still been around. I'm
I'm not saying he was out of touch 20 years ago. We're saying he's out of touch now. That's different.
Vince isn't out of touch at all.
Okay, if we're going to continue this toy analogy, it's like all he does is play with these toys, and he doesn't go outside and look at the world around him and see how it's changing and how other people like different stuff. And how you should bring it.
Vince is so he's in a bubble.
I will say things have been changing lately. They've been allowing more stuff in, whether that's him or whether that's just people talking him into it. Women main evented Hell in a Cell last year, and I know, and he had to get talked into it, but he let it happen.
These outside guys, normally 10 years ago, this wouldn't have happened with AJ and Nakamura. This is happening. I think Vince is becoming more aware of these guys having a name, because when AJ made his debut, he thought that was a fluke reaction. So I don't think he's out of touch. I think he's in that kind of older mindset.
No, he's just a crazy old genius, and that's what you got to. And you're gonna. This is a man who doesn't let people sneeze because he sees it as a sign of weakness, and says the epitome of comedy is pushing someone into a pool when they're not expecting it. He's a funny dude, and he doesn't know what a burrito is, but he's still a wrestling genius.
Wait, he loves.
Did you hear about that
He loves
story?
his steak wraps. That's a
that's
burrito.
He does love his steak wraps.
Loves
Yes.
his steak wraps.
Never bother Vince until after he's eating. By the way, that's when he's his happiest. All right, let's get into the Raw recap. So Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman. Heyman says if Lesnar loses the title, he leaves.
Which plays into the UFC rumors.
It's a great way to set up the storyline because we still don't know what's happening with that.
So if Brock doesn't re-sign after Mania, they need to keep Paul Heyman. They need to find a way to keep him on TV.
I think it's about time. He's been with Brock and just Brock for so long. I would not mind seeing Paul kind of set up his own stable.
Curtis Axel.
Ripe Axel. You guys remember that?
Ripe Axel.
And Cesaro, that did not go anywhere.
No, it did not.
So moving on, the Hardy Boys defeat the Good Brothers.
Good for them.
I miss Carl Anderson.
My hot Asian wife is hot.
And
yeah. But
Matt's a little more broken than he used to be.
He's been tweeting about some broken stuff I'm seeing, so we're getting close.
I'm seeing the verbiage that they're doing. I think that they're giving up on the word broken and they're gonna. I think they're legitimately gonna just run with a different word and do the exact same gimmick. That's the vibe I'm getting. I think they're going awoken. Because they've been using that phrase a lot. They've been doing it in all the subtitles, and it doesn't sound like the court case things are going anywhere. I think we're going to see the Awoken Hardys, and they can play that into the Reborn by Fate shirts they've been wearing and stuff. I think they're just going to go.
They can. And then, of course, they have their confrontation with the Revival.
Mm-hmm.
Top guys,
yes. The backstage segment with Ambrose and Rollins. We're still keeping up the storyline. Ambrose doesn't really trust this guy. I'm digging it. And then we go into Seth Rollins and Cesaro and Sheamus. They have a little backstage moment, which later on leads to a match. But we have Miz TV.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on this?
It was not that great.
Miz
was great. Jason Jordan, not so much.
Miz is always great.
It was better than the last time we saw Jordan.
I don't know.
Is he getting better? Is he getting?
I think he's getting a little bit more comfortable. I mean, his music is god awful, but I think he's getting.
They changed it. I
think they're getting a little bit.
They left Chad Gable with the good music.
Chad Gable's great. He's an Olympian.
Yeah. I think he needs to get a good story going on, and I think Miz is the one to give it to him. I just think he needs to bring some more.
Miz can make anything good.
He needs to bring more of his dad's eyes. He needs to bring the intensity. There's no intensity in his words.
He's being kind of ambiguous, whatever.
Ooh.
Big word. Even though I didn't
Ooh.
really say it right, but who cares?
Ooh,
Because
the
he's not.
vocab.
Because he's not really being a heel or a babyface. He's just kind of just being straight down the middle.
I'm gonna call you the professor over here.
We got AP Lit exams after this, guys. We're studying our vocab.
spectacular vernacular in this thing.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
All right.
I mean, because what was it like last week? He was being really cheesy and he was kind of being a heel. He was kind of pissing me off a little bit, and then he was kind of just.
I mean, I enjoyed it. He did something cool and athletic, and he smiled about it. I like that. Apollo Crews should have been doing that from the start.
Where is he?
I know. We'll get to that. Moving on. Seth Rollins debuts a little alter to the music. I dig it.
Yeah, I'm
he
digging burning it down.
Little
Definitely
metal vibe.
It's definitely just for the video game, but it's dope.
They need to run with that for the character, but we'll get into that later, some other time. He beat Sheamus, and then Cesaro and Sheamus, the bar setters, they beat him down. Then they beat Ambrose down.
Took a long time for Ambrose to come out. I almost thought he wasn't coming out, but then he did.
He was thinking about
that
it.
makes the pop
Would have made him
bigger.
look like the bad guy,
Yeah, and he got the architect wanted him to come out.
But hey, sometimes it's cool to be the bad guy. Shout out Razor Ramon. All right, moving on. Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor, the Demon versus the Eater of Worlds. I'm excited.
The amount of F's I wish I could give about this.
Really?
I don't care about the feud, and I should because this is what I want, but I just don't care.
It's just building up to the paint. That's all. It's all it's building up.
It's
to.
just because I don't care about Bray anymore, and I want to care about Bray.
Another thing, like people say wins and losses don't matter in wrestling. They do.
They do when there are tons of losses.
Exactly.
They
One
matter
win does
a
not make
bunch.
up for them.
All right.
But it's
Finn,
gonna be fun.
Finn using spooky, showing up Undertaker stuff.
Yeah. Now he can teleport. He's got the teleportation powers. Apparently. I hope it opens SummerSlam. I think it's a good opening match.
Yes. All right.
And he
Roman
doesn't separate his shoulder.
Again.
Roman Reigns defeats Braun Strowman and Samoa Joe.
Samoa Joe's gonna win the title.
I'd rather Roman go over here than SummerSlam. And yes, I agree with that statement. Samoa Joe's taking the title.
I could see it happening.
I hope he chokes out Brock. Said it last week. I'll say it this week. I hope it ends with him choking out Brock.
If he chokes out Roman, Roman's been on a pay-per-view losing streak.
He has.
Yeah. All right, guys. I have one question for you.
Who wants to walk with Elias?
Elias.
Not Samson. Elias.
Another last name in the Vince McMahon graveyard.
He defeats
Antonio
Kalisto,
Cesaro, Adrian Neville,
Big E Langston,
Rusev.
Alexander Rusev. Did we say Cesaro already?
Yeah.
I don't understand why they got the one names.
I don't know.
Is that Prince?
Shout out to Prince and Madonna. Sting.
And
All
the
right.
wrestler formerly known as
Jack Swagger.
Paul.
All right, so I think Vince is really high on this guy. Where were you saying, Mitchell? He's high on the guitar gimmick?
I mean, he obviously Honky Tonk Man. Now we got this, and then we still
Jeff Jarrett?
and we got the singer on. We got
In English.
Aiden English, just call him the singer. God, he got Aiden English over on SmackDown. I mean, he likes the annoying musical gimmicks.
What is he? He beat Finn Balor. Did he beat him twice or just that one time?
Just
last
that
week?
one time to end the feud.
I mean, but he's been going back and forth with Finn Balor. It's not like
Alright,
Finn Balor's
so-
just running over him.
Bailey, she defeats Nia Jax.
And she gets hurt.
She gets injured. If Bailey is injured, this could lead to the Sasha-Alexa thing at SummerSlam, and Alexa and Sasha have actual backstage heat.
Make for a good match.
Explain.
So, Sasha, she finds it offensive that Alexa, she confused the Hardy Boys, and, she wasn't, really a big fan growing up or whatever.
But she said she was a fan.
I mean, she said she was a fan. I don't get that part, but, of course, Alexa told her mom to suck it when she was a kid. But, they do have some backstage heat, and backstage heat leads to great matches. Look at Brett and Shawn. So we'll see where they go from there. Hopefully Bailey isn't seriously hurt.
Those two can tear the house down.
I know. Big Cass defeats Big Show.
God,
By disqualification.
can you imagine a worse main event? I hope they apologize to the audience at Raw. This is a terrible
There
way
might
to
have been a
end
good
the
dark
show.
match.
It
after
wasn't
this.
that bad.
I mean,
It wasn't that bad.
It was just I was kind of shocked. I thought, of course, the triple threat would have ended the show.
Yeah, the triple threat was obviously the main event. This is a match that ends in a DQ.
People were leaving after the triple threat because that was what people wanted to see. And those 3-hour Raws take a long ass time, especially when you're out in Pittsburgh. And
Raw shouldn't be 3 hours. I mean, what?
I mean, they have TV contracts that end next year, so we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. All right, let's get into SmackDown. AJ Styles, he retains the United States title with some.
they do the same finish, only it actually works this time.
Yeah.
Some controversy because Mike Chioda, he's a good ref.
Got
Actually-
smacked in the face, kind of.
Quick stat: Mike Chioda is the longest employee currently by WWE. He's been working since '89, a year longer than the Undertaker.
Wow.
Yeah. All right.
Facts.
Facts.
We got him.
Stat guy Phil. All right, so this leads to Shane McMahon. Kind of swerved me with this. Being
Yeah,
It's
the,
kind of funny because Daniel was like, I got the perfect guy for you, and I thought he was going to say him.
I
I was
know.
like, Shane.
Shane was like, what?
Yeah, I thought we were getting Shane versus KO. I didn't think we were getting Shane in.
We might get that,
as the referee.
next couple months.
Survivor Series.
So, yeah. Or whatever next SmackDown pay-per-view is. I think Hell in a Cell, maybe.
Ooh.
Because maybe Shane takes a bump, Kevin pins AJ, and then AJ pins Kevin, and Kevin.
I mean, I think this is the good way to end the feud.
This makes no sense. Why is the heel complaining about something and he's right? The heel should never be right.
I don't know.
Put Vince McMahon out of touch.
oh my God.
Because AJ and Shane are on good terms, so this will be interesting because it's someone that Shane is not on good terms with who's doing the complaining.
Yes.
We'll see how this plays in.
The Usos promo. How'd you guys like that?
Oh, it was great.
I did think it was Biggie for a second, and then I thought it was Kofi, and I was like, wait a minute, that's not either of them. It's the
Yeah,
Usos.
I got
great.
trolled. I'm not gonna lie. Down since day one-ish. Shouts to the guys.
Oh.
All right. The Fashion Files. It peaks.
Fashion Peaks.
Fashion Peaks.
No wonder the show got canceled the first time. Gosh, it was so great. This is an example of Vince McMahon not being out of touch, though he probably didn't come up with this idea. In fact,
Vince
I can
doesn't
guarantee-
really
Road
Vince doesn't really go to SmackDown.
True.
It's Road Dogg that's always.
Still,
I mean,
this
he,
is-
he writes it, but he doesn't go there.
Twin Peaks is current right now. It's popular. Both my roommates are watching it right now.
Road Dog.
You didn't
You
know?
having a fun time over there with those
Your
drops?
ass better call somebody.
I enjoy drops.
We got a new toy,
We got a soundboard.
and we actually have a microphone. He doesn't have to put it up to his face like last time.
I know. These higher ups. All right. Moving on. So Aiden English defeats Sami Zayn.
They played it up as a fluke, which it clearly is a fluke.
It's a fluke. Sammy
But-
can take the loss.
But Sammy has been taking losses forever.
He really has.
I mean, he beat Mike twice. He
But-
had Baron Corbin's
But
number.
I'd rather it be in 2 minutes than in 5 or 7
when was
minutes.
the last time that Sammy lost a feud?
I don't know.
I mean,
I'm not really sure.
that Baron Corbin thing just kind of disappeared.
Yeah.
Kind of
It never really ended.
Never really ended.
I mean, Baron Corbin wasn't even on the show this week. You don't need everybody on the show every single
He
week.
was there after it.
He was
but
at the end of it.
after this match ends,
No, but like on the actual TV show, like you don't need everybody on the show at all times. With Raw, it's a different thing because it's 3 hours, which is another
Yeah.
reason why it should be 3 hours. But Charlotte wasn't there. Baron Corbin wasn't on the show.
Charlotte wasn't on the show.
Nope.
What are they?
You don't need somebody on the show every single week.
Well,
It makes
that
you
d-
want them more.
Yeah, that does make them more of an attraction. You're right. You're right. But yeah, so Mike and Maria come out.
And say, we love each other like we love that you lost. Great promo.
Great. promo.
Fire.
Straight fire.
Now, if they can just win a match.
Oh God.
Well,
I enjoy people.
Is that
winning
asking for
matches.
too much?
I feel like
I'm
Maria
sorry.
is going to win more matches than Mike will.
I mean, but that song.
By not
though.
wrestling, she has a better record.
Exactly. 0-0-0. We're going to get trademarks coming after us.
Alright, that's enough of that.
Love that song.
Moving on.
Love that song.
All right. Naomi and Becky Lynch defeat Natalya and Carmella.
Great.
Who's
Fine.
Carmella facing next week?
Who's Carmella facing next week? I don't know.
She's having a match next week, right?
Bailey? Becky Lynch? I don't know. Give me that Becky. I know you like that. There you go.
Oh man, that's
We're
a drop within itself.
We were supposed to be see the return of her boy this week.
I'm feeling he's coming
Has
back
it really
at some.
been- I forgot about.
I'm feeling like he's coming back at SummerSlam for her
Probably.
to cash in.
Probably
that
help
would make
out.
so much sense.
I mean, she wears a free Ellsworth shirt. How do you forget about him?
Yeah.
Free my boy Ellsworth.
He was tweeting all day Tuesday about how he was allowed back in the building and stuff, and he just didn't come out.
Really.
Yep.
All right. What
See,
else?
after that,
Jinder and the Singh brothers
hanging out,
hanging out there.
relaxing, all cool.
Jinder Mahal, the modern day Maharaja. This song is actually kind of dope. If you really listen to it, like Punjabi rap, I can do it.
It's solid. It's a solid up. Honestly, I love his song, and I really like his Titantron. His Titantron looks amazing.
Titantron does look amazing. All right.
just like his body does.
All right.
Roadmap Mahal.
All right. Rusev defeats Chad Gable.
Really good match. Chad Gable, underutilized.
Chad
Quit
Gable-
hogging my spotlight. Get your head out the way.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
Chad Gable's gonna be a star.
I apologize to the fans. But yeah, I do enjoy Chad Gable.
Those suplexes.
If Chad Gable got the
Those
same
super-
push Jason Jordan has, it'd be fine. I mean, because I feel Chad Gable is ready right now. Jason
is.
Jordan has more upside, but Chad Gable has a better defined character. Where's the towel? He didn't even have the towel this week.
I know. And then, of course, Rusev gets RKO'd, so we're getting that at SummerSlam.
Great.
I would have rather had Chad Gable upset Rusev and then have Rusev flip his lid, destroy Chad Gable, and then have the match at SummerSlam. Have the rematch at SummerSlam.
Would this be the American versus foreign thing that you could get behind?
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
Oh.
I'd rather have Chad Gable and Rusev than Randy Orton and Rusev.
If I never see another American versus foreign heel match in my life, it will be too soon. But I understand that they're going to keep doing it. They've been doing it the entirety of the time. But Randy Orton isn't the American hero to me. He doesn't come off like the American hero to me.
He's just the sinister.
He's a sinister
He's a
snake.
He
was in the Marines and he got kicked out. Like
He did get kicked out.
That's not. You don't use that as the backing for your American hero.
But
Whatever.
guys,
dishonorable.
We had ourselves a match.
It was a match. Not exactly what I predicted it should have been. It wasn't the half-hour classic like I wanted.
Well, we're not gonna get done in 2 hours SmackDown.
Yes, you can.
I mean, we
Brock
could.
Lesnar and Kurt Angle did it.
oh, that's true. The 16 minutes.
It can happen. I mean, what can you cut out? You can cut that women's tag match out the way.
Definitely could.
Yes, but
You could have cut that. You cut the Aiden English Sami Zayn
This
match.
song was so long. I'm like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
But Shinsuke defeats John. John he kind of teased us when he did the float over into the next AA.
I really like that. He's been doing that for a while, but he did it a lot with AJ, and it was really nice. I like it. I like him knowing that his AA can't take someone out with one go.
Shinsuke dropped Cena on his hip.
I don't know how Cena's okay.
I mean, I don't. I'm not a wrestler or anything, but I feel like that's kind of more Cena, not flipping all the way, than Nakamura. Cena's a big boy.
Cena's pretty big. Nakamura normally does this against smaller guys.
Yeah.
I mean, he's able to do it to Samoa, but...
And then, of course, he hits the Kinshasa or the...
Bomaye.
Yes,
which means kill in whatever African. That's why they don't say it.
Used at a boxing match.
Yes.
Rumble in the Jungle.
Rumble in the Jungle. To defeat John Cena. Then after SmackDown goes off the air, Baron Corbin... He assaults Shinsuke. Cena comes back out there selling the injury because he really got hurt. And then he puts Corbin through a table. So
Amazing.
Corbin, Cena, SummerSlam.
Oh, God, another one I don't want. We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
Yeah. Guys, Superstar Spotlight.
What'd you think about the Shinsuke match? Was it?
Yeah, did you like it?
I mean, I enjoyed it. Yes.
I enjoyed it quite a bit.
I mean, I thought it was.
I really enjoyed the afterwards. Nakamura walking up to Cena and being like, "I'm sorry," and Cena's like, "Don't be sorry."
I know.
And they shake hands.
I watched it, but
and then
my
they
mom,
bowed.
I watched it with my mom. Of course, she wanted Cena to win because she's a Cena mark.
I mean,
but yeah, I enjoyed it.
I thought it was okay. When you have these two, it can be so much better.
I think this was a good.
If Cena,
it's a start.
If Cena won, I honestly would have hated the match. But since Nakamura won and it was an okay match, it made it better.
I think it was.
I thought it was gonna be a sloppy finish. Or something.
It was a good tease. It was a good taste of what we'll get later.
This is Cena saying, "All right, you got one over on me. I'm gonna get you next time."
Yeah.
That's what it is. Superstar Spotlight.
I'm gonna step outside the WWE this week.
Uh-oh.
Gonna have to.
But there's no superstars outside of WWE.
They're all superstars in my book.
Oh.
And
what you going with there, guy?
You're gonna hate it. That's all right.
I will hate it.
Honestly, couldn't care less. I'm gonna give it out to Juice Robinson. His match with Okada, his face promos this week, his stuff with the crowd. He's been proving why WWE doesn't always quite know what's going on because they let someone of that caliber go off and make a name for himself somewhere else. Juice is just proven why he's one of the best. He's one of the best baby faces in wrestling right now, and he's proven it at the G1 Climax every week.
I mean, okay.
He's great.
You know what? And I'll go with Okada because Okada has been killing it this G1 so far, undefeated, just killing everybody. Great matches all the way around.
Yeah. All you WWE marks out there, y'all have fun with your Smackdowns and your Raws.
He's a real superstar.
We're watching the best wrestling every single night.
You know what I think of New Japan?
What?
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Okada Juice Robinson was a great match.
I don't care. Never have. Never will. You know I got called a corporate shill the other day because I'm not putting over New Japan?
You're going to get called a corporate shill today, right now.
I wish I was
corporate shill.
I wish I was a corporate shill. I wish I was in it's like pro wrestling is such a closed net environment.
You don't have jets, so you're not a corporate shill.
I wish I was in there.
So you're telling me you're a bad corporate shill.
I guess. Look.
Until I call your BS out on Cody Rhodes and then you shrivel up.
Look, man, go to the YouTube channel, The Bulletcast. Look up the third promo from the modern day Mamba Raja. I destroy New Japan. I completely do. We don't need to book SummerSlam because it's pretty much there.
Who's your superstar spotlight?
My superstar
Mamba
spotlight.
Raja.
Shout out to the guy. My superstar spotlight. I'm gonna go.
Kota Ibushi.
No.
Naito.
Absolutely.
Kenny Omega. Michael Elgin has
Bad
been...
Luck Fale.
Daryl.
I'm gonna go Chad Gable.
No
Fair. Yeah, no fair.
It's a start. And plus, like, with this whole Sami Zayn thing, I feel like he'll be getting a push later on this year. That's just my opinion.
If I could give two people the superstar spotlight together, just have to go to Ambrose and Rollins. Keep doing their thing.
It's consistent. I do enjoy
Good storytelling.
it. Actually, let's get to the. If you guys do, you have the WWE on Snapchat?
Yes.
So before Raw, there was like this creepy figure behind Charlie Caruso.
That was Sasha Banks.
Was Sasha Banks?
They were doing some sort of zombie photo shoot.
Oh yeah, because they got like a Halloween series of toys coming out.
Sasha wasn't on Raw this week. I was upset. I was thinking.
You don't need everybody on every single show.
I was like, Sister Abigail. That's what
People thought it was Paige.
It's not Paige, of course not.
It's not Paige.
Guys,
Shout out to Paige. Almost wore the Paige shirt today.
Let's get into this real quick. Reforming the Shield. Would it really be a good idea?
I think if they can reform them together, but do the New Japan faction thing where the three of them keep doing their own solo careers and their own solo matches, and even at times end up facing each other, but the three of them always got each other's back, I think we could see the Shield come back together in a cool way.
I mean, because I look at it like this. Roman Reigns and the Shield did not sell tickets. Roman Reigns today puts asses in seats. Because, like, whether you admit it... People went to Payback.
His merch has been dropping pretty drastically.
Listen, people went to Payback to see Braun Strowman murder Roman Reigns.
No, people go to Payback to see WWE.
Just hear me out.
Because I bought tickets for Payback before I knew what the card was.
I mean, just hear me out. Like, when Roman Reigns is on a card, they want to see what's going to happen. Because that, like, when he comes out and I'm at a WWE show, I don't react. I just listen. And, like, when I was at Payback, like I said,
it's interesting.
the women and children are cheering. You got the diehard Roman fans. And then you see your marks with your Elite and Kenny Omega's shirts on. They're like, yeah. And then I saw this. They were like,
whoa. Not everybody does that.
No, hear me out. They were like, yeah. Then they were like, oh, boo.
He's lying.
There are your marks out
Nobody
there.
does that.
Nobody
does that.
I've seen it.
Okay,
but
mostly everybody does not do that.
But with the topic at hand, I don't think you lose that if you reform the Shield. I think Roman keeps on being... I know that you don't understand any of this because it's all from Japan, but with Bullet Club right now, Bad Luck Fale, he's part of the Bullet Club, and he's not really hanging out with the other group. Tama Tonga, not really hanging out with the other group. They all got their own stories.
Tama Tonga beat the shit out of Kenny Omega, and they hugged each other afterwards.
I'm aware. I saw that match. I enjoyed it.
I think
Tama Tonga should have won, in my opinion.
I think those three could
Samoan
reform.
Dynasty. I'm with the Bloodline. I enjoy it. But look.
Actually, I think they should reform.
He's not Samoan. He's Tongan. That's why he's Tama Tonga.
He's a part of the... It's part of the family.
I think
Samoans and Tongans are two different things.
It's
like Spanish and Portuguese. Don't get them too confused.
He's in the family, all right? That's all that
Or
matters.
he could just play a Mexican gimmick like his, Tongaloa.
Oh my God! Don't get me started with that. All right, guys. My promo pick of the
What
week.
I haven't said about the Shield. You guys talking all this stuff.
Okay. What do you think about the Shield?
I feel it'd be better if it was just a one-off.
Just a one-off?
Have some sort of, not a group or a bunch of people just run through everybody and then they get together and they.
But then again,
one last go around.
I feel like it would be kind of cool.
Would it be better if they were a heel or a face? I think that would be a face.
Yeah, I feel like it'd be better for the nostalgia feel if Rollins and Ambrose throw back on the vest.
Because just do that one time, play the Shield music, not Roman's music. Put the vests on, run down the crowd.
If they throw on
one
the
last
vest,
go around.
If they throw on the vest but take them off to wrestle.
You want to hear that?
No, you need the...
See, that is not what made the Bullet Club music great. What made it great was the beginning. What made it great was the Sierra Hotel, Indigo.
Echo Lima Delta, the Shield.
Thank you. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know my military
the phonetic
code.
alphabet. Oh, man. All right, guys. Promo pick of the week. I'm going to go with Cena's promo from last week's SmackDown.
Oh, that's a vintage one.
Hit the trumpets.
Hit the trumpet. He said Super Cena. I kind of popped for that.
I did not like the promo.
I kind of popped for it.
If check out last week's episode.
Oh, yeah, the consistency thing, with John. But the kind of breaking the fourth wall type deal, I did enjoy that. I always do. Brandon, do you have a promo? I mean, not a match pick.
I have a G1 Climax pick. I know.
New Japan,
and it's kind of hard because there's been just so many great matches. And I'm just going to keep it easy. We'll go with night one. We'll go with Kota Ibushi versus Naito. This has English commentary. Most of the matches don't have English commentary, so I'll pick one out that has English commentary. The first 3 nights, I think, have English commentary along with Japanese commentary. The last 2 shows, including the final, have English and Japanese commentary, but we haven't gotten that far yet. We're only to night 12. But Ibushi and Naito just killing it. Kota Ibushi is, he's the man right now.
That's amazing. That was a great match.
There's just, I like to take this time
Tiger
to talk
Mask
about, I like
W.
to take this time to talk a little bit about the G1 Climax. Just everybody's killing it. The A block is absolutely stacked. Yuji Nagata, last go around, unfortunately hasn't won a match yet.
How's Michael Elgin doing? How's he doing?
He's lost a couple matches early. He beat Kenny Omega. He beat Kenny Omega.
I'm okay with that.
Which was
I support that.
Which was one of my match pick of the weeks I was thinking
Cleaned
about.
up the cleaner. I like that.
Mm-hmm. Okada undefeated so far. Kenny Omega lost. The only match he's lost to was to Michael Elgin, so he has to run the table and then beat Okada in the finals to have a chance.
How's my boy Zack Sabre Jr. doing?
Zack Sabre Jr. He's been pretty good.
He's doing better than I expected him to be.
I think he's in second place right
Took
now.
out Tanahashi, almost ripped his arm off.
Beat Tanahashi first night.
Beat Bad Luck Fale, rolled him up real quick.
Yep.
Really?
It's been a nice series. Kota Ibushi is doing his best to make sure that he kills himself before he ever gets to wrestle Kenny Omega. He's thrown himself off of everything tall and
did a moonsault off the freaking balcony.
I saw that. I'm aware.
Insane.
I see the gifs.
Yano and Kenny Omega.
Naito took a pile driver from the second rope.
I've seen.
Shout out Yano. He hasn't pissed me off that much.
Yano's great. Honestly, these comedy matches are some of my favorite. Omega Yano is in one of my favorite matches.
Taping each other, like their legs or whatever.
Yeah, and then they're having to bounce around, do the clothesline. It's great. It's just great.
I saw him kind of do he started with the Cena shoulder tackle.
It's delightful.
Drop down, hip toss, all that fun stuff, all taped up.
Drop down, hip toss, arm drag. Shout out to Sting and Flair doing it back in the day. I enjoyed it. All right, guys, we're on Snapchat.
We're on Snapchat.
On the chats now.
Bulletcast
so many
4
ways.
is in the number 4 than life.
So many ways to slide into our DMs.
You could show them the little picture and then they could scan it on the video.
Can they?
You can. Do it. Do it. I mean, you've been on your phone this entire time, blocking my spotlight with the camera right there.
How are you ever going to get your own jet?
I'll put my name on the marquee.
The
I'll do it. Oh, man, I deleted the video. Oh, darn it. I mean, the picture.
Okay, so anyways.
Oh, narts.
G1 has been amazing.
G1 has been
spectacular. Has it really?
Yes.
Best wrestling in the world
subscribe
right now.
to New Japan World. Less than $10 a month, cheaper than the WWE Network, and you will get your money's worth just from this month.
I'm only giving my money to Vince. What about the
Mark?
I am a Mark. I'm a corporate shield, remember? What about the What Culture Pro Wrestling World Cup?
It's been
nobody's talking.
So I mentioned it today. I mentioned to it this episode. King Ricochet through to the finals. He's representing America. They just had the rest of the world qualifiers this past weekend, which were fantastic. I love my boy Angelico. He's one of my favorite wrestlers right now in the Indies. I think it's next month. It's August. August they will be giving us they'll be giving us the championships. Great.
There was a match that I saw. It was Jay Lethal versus Moose.
It's so good.
That was very good. Moose is very athletic, and I like his Rainmaker. He does the whip and then he does a discus clothesline. I enjoyed that.
Honestly, I have no idea who's going to win this. I think they had plans earlier and those plans are gone. So
Keith Lee. He's surprising me. I really enjoy his work. James Storm was in there. Former TNA World Champ, but this Moose Jay Lethal one, this was very good. Moose is very athletic. He's really coming to his own since being into the business.
And you know what the best part about this? One thing I'll give it over New Japan and WWE. Go watch it right now. It's free on YouTube. Go enjoy yourself. Watch yourself some great wrestling. They'll be streaming it live because they want us to enjoy wrestling, even when YouTube doesn't.
F you, YouTube. I shouldn't say that. Never mind. That's one of our platforms. All right,
guys. We're not making money off of YouTube.
I know, right? Guys, please follow us on Twitter at BulletCast. Tweet us questions, slide in these DMs.
We'll respond.
Instagram.
You email us. We guarantee we'll answer your question.
You'll be on this podcast.
Yes.
All right. Instagram, The BulletCast. YouTube channel, The BulletCast. As I said, third promo from the modern day Mamba Raja. What else do we have? Like Snapchat, I just said. BulletCast 4 is in the number 4.
Subscribe to New Japan World.
If you're ever bored, you can hop over to my Twitter at Off the Walther. There are days when WALTHR. There's days where I am watching old pay-per-views and I'm live tweeting my reactions as I watch them for the first time.
Got a little Bruce Pritchard in the building.
Yeah, I'm having some fun. I'm going back and watching matches that it's not okay that I haven't seen yet. I finally saw HBK and Triple H in the unsanctioned match for the first time.
Really?
First time ever seen it. Great match. Great match.
All right, guys. Like I said, we're on SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Google Play.
What the hell is Stitcher?
I don't know, but we're on there.
Okay, cool.
We're on
Everywhere.
some off the wall stuff too that I didn't know was out there, but we're there. Facebook, Bulletcast.
This is a short one today.
Yeah.
We didn't go an hour.
We didn't go an hour.
You know, it's like a G1 match. You know, we got the half-hour time limit.
Take that extra time.
like
Go
45
spend
minutes.
time with your family.
And there's
Enjoy
a
your
lot
day.
of stuff. I thought we were gonna go like.
Well, you just skipped over booking SummerSlam.
That's true.
We could have previewed SummerSlam.
Well, I mean,
Still ain't out.
we'll get to that.
We'll get to it.
The name of this episode: Will SummerSlam be lit?
Probably.
One way or another.
Sure, it's lit, fam.
Hey, it'll either be lit, fam, or it'll be a dumpster fire. Either way, it'll be lit.
It'd be a dumpster. Speaking of fire,
Oh boy.
Goodness gracious, great balls of fire!
and I think this is the appropriate way to end this episode.
Thanks for being the elite. The elite. Break it down.
I thought you didn't like New Japan.
The elite. Break it down. Block it out. Block it out. Block it out.
See you guys next time.